I'm going to make a solstice wreath for the winter solstice. So what I have is a bunch of these twisty tie things that I got from my food storage bags that I never use. And I'm going to use these. You can use floral wire, you can use twine. I'm just going to use these because I think it's going to be easier. I might be mistaken, but we'll see. And then I have these scissors that are utility scissors, and I'm going to use these to cut my leaves, my branches. So what I did was I went to the Arboretum and I picked up some of these, and some I got from Trader Joe's. They sold a packet, I think it was $3.99 for a package of greens. So I have both here. So I'm just going to cut some of these off, and these cats think that I brought this here for them to play with. Because they think everything is for them to play with. So, okay, cats. So, I have, and then I have a couple of pine cones that I picked up at the Arboretum as well. So I got these little forms from the dollar store. They came 2 to a pack. And I got these, they're clips, and they come, I think, a pack of maybe 8 or 10. So I'm just going to start from the center and tie it on with the tie, the twisty tie. Actually, maybe I'll put like a few of these on instead of just doing it one at a time. Maybe I'll do a few. And just tie them around the middle. These guys are so funny. They can't stay away from my business. So what I'm going to do is tie a couple of them on and then overlap them so that you're not seeing all of the twisty ties. And I'll do a few different ones. And I'm just gonna make the wreath. They watch me very intently when they're not being nosy. Hey, stop eating things. Gonna get sick. And then just kind of, what I do is I'll just kind of tuck them under. If the branches are sticking out, I'll just tuck them underneath. Hey, 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 hey. And again, just tucking the rest underneath. And of course, the thicker the branches are, the more coverage you'll get. So if you're using really thin branches, you might need a few more. But if you're using some that are thick, then you won't need as many. And you can kind of weave them through as well, so you don't have to tie them all on. Some of them you can weave right in. Or not. Maybe you can't weave them in. Maybe you have to tie them on. So if you had the wire, you would be going around and around and around with it. So it would be a little easier to get them all to stay. When you're doing it with these wires, it's a little more complicated to get them to stick on. Okay, enough you. So one more piece of twine to just kind of wrap around the top here, and I'm going to wrap my pine cones with the twine. So you can also, if you had a hot glue gun, you could use a hot glue gun to glue it on, or you could, along with pine cones, you could put on some berries, cranberries. What looks really pretty is if you have a holly tree in your backyard, a holly bush in your backyard, and you can get some holly branches. That's really cool. It makes it look a little more festive and colorful. So I am going to just get these on here. And why is this not tying? Just going to tie this on. And I'll actually tie it around the back and just knot it and cut it off. And then I am going to put another couple of pieces and just kind of weave them through so that you don't see the rest of the white. So that you don't see the white ties. If you don't use white, if you used again, you could use the twine and just put a little bow every few inches around it, or a knot, whatever. And just cut it down. So that's another thing you can do, is just use some twine and every so often just wrap it around, tie it in a loose knot, cut off the ends. So that gives it another kind of cool look. And you can actually use that wherever you have your white ties, and just cover them up with the twine. And twine is easy to find. You can find lighter color twine in the grocery store. And this, they had tons of this at the Dollar Tree store. So, and I think it was in the craft department. So I've been tying it 3 times now just to make it a better knot. And this actually looks good because it's kind of brings attention to the pine cones that are the same color. And there's your solstice wreath. And the solstice wreath is actually a symbol of prosperity. So you can use that as a symbol of prosperity that you are going to bring into your life over the next 6 months. And then we'll have the summer solstice. And here's the solstice wreath all done. So I hope you enjoyed it. Easy peasy. Basically, you're just using, if you bought anything, you would buy the wire forms, 2 of them for $1, and $1 for a ball of twine. Go out and pick some greens from the trees or that have fallen off the trees. Get a couple of pine cones, and there you go. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again soon.